We got 7 minutes. I'm about to send you the link on your text message. Pastor said I got it, but I apologize. Our names are wrong. I am Marcus, and Marcus is me. What does that mean? It's,
I know these guys, so what the hell? Oh, how did I do that? I think moving too fast, moving too fast.
Stop moving so fast, honey.
David, you sent me the promo link?
Yes, I did. Check your phone.
Does it say eCam?
No, that's the one for you to log in. There should be another one that says Facebook Watch.
Oh, I gotcha.
Hey, good morning. So I'm about to do an interview. It's okay. Oh. I was sitting here and sending out text messages. I said, oops, I missed Kinshas's call when you were coming in because I was sending out text messages. Here, let me put her on the phone. Here you go.
Hey there. Yes.
All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see in my back shot. How's it looking? All right. Here you go. Here.
Mhm. Okay, okay. And I had put up the video that he wanted, but then I was like, you know what? I looked at it and I was like, no, I need to do this. I need to do this. It's kind of my computer. The frame is not really good right now. So like when I'm editing, you can hear the words, but then the face is freeze. And so it's like it breaks up. So it's like hard for me to. It takes me a really long to turn it in sometimes because I have to do it, render it, and then look at it, and then go back and redo it again. So they don't have a lot of stuff to do. It makes it hard to get stuff to do. But I am changed it up a little bit. So, but I will get that turned out. Tell them don't worry about that. Um, so they'll have that. So we'll get stuff moving, and I'll look forward to trying to put something together for him. I just don't want to do a Zoom or something if he's available. So we need to
Hold on
do
one
that.
second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Wait, just
All right. Let's see.
David, what's your location when I tag your geotag?
Huh? What'd you say?
I want to geotag you. What should I put in the social media location?
California?
Do you have a building?
Yeah, well, our problem is our building's in Pittsburgh, California, and it's not very sexy. So I would say we normally use San Francisco, Los Angeles, but San Francisco Bay
I'll
Area.
say
But
he's the
I'll say San Francisco.
okay.
sponsored by. It's a body language expert he's talking to. So
All right, 3 seconds. Here we go. Here we go.
go on Facebook and making a comment and stuff like that. He's just starting now. Okay. All right.
Hey, you guys, and we're live. Welcome to the Inside Report. Today we have a treat for you. We're going to be talking about to Janette Ghedotte. She's a body language specialist and expert. And of course, the Inside Report today is sponsored by the Black Legacy Wealth Project. The Black Legacy Wealth Project is an organization that is dedicated and geared toward helping you create generational wealth, sustainability through financial literacy, and a multitude of other programs. Make sure you check them out at blacklegacywealthproject.com. All right. So I want to talk to you guys about body language. As you guys know, body language is something you can't hide. Body language is something that we all exude and we talk about. They say 90% of our conversation is nonverbal. I kid you not. So, well, your body might be saying this, your mouth might be saying this, your body's saying something 180 degrees different. That's why body language is so key, and it's used by law enforcement, corporate entities, as well as not social media, but broadcasting and advertising companies. Because when they can read your body language, when they can talk to you in a nonverbal way, you resonate with that message and you feel more comfortable, and the body never lies. And with that being said, I'm going to bring on Janette Ghedotte, who is not just a specialist, but an expert in the field. She's been called on by multiple news agencies and organizations to break down different politicians' um, interviews and things they might have said publicly, but then she shows what the real truth is behind what they're saying. So without further introduction, I'd like to introduce Janette Ghedotte. Janette, thanks for being on the show today. It's great. Oh my God, this is incredible. I've known Janette for a number of years, and she just gets more phenomenal each year. Janette, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, David.
Excellent. So, just recently, I know you have a hectic schedule. Just recently, you were on a new show and you were talking about body language. And I think one of the things is, I know we see on CNN and things like that where they're bringing in body language experts to break down what politicians are saying. But I think another thing that's really, really interesting is how body language can be used by the everyday average person. Can you talk to us about how we can use that in our regular lives?
Yes, wherever you are, David, you have all of the body language tools that you need to detect and decode what the real message is. Because if you think about it, it's all of our senses, including our gut. So the brain, the gut, and all of our senses help collect the stimuli from the environment. The brain then assesses it and sends it through the nervous system for your body to react. So, regarding whatever is happening, trust the body, trust your gut, and believe the body, baby, because the body never lies. So, your mouth may say one thing, but if your body's showing something else, what you going to believe? Your body. And we were born with this language. You know, people might think, oh, I only know English or I only know Spanish. No, you were born a body language expert, and then you learned your verbal language. That's why babies who are taught sign language have a head start on verbal communication because they understood body language first, or baby sign language. So, all you young mothers, teach your babies baby sign language if you can.
Wow. Okay, that is incredible. So, and it's so funny you mentioned that because I read somewhere that one of the biggest kind of nonverbal communication interpreters or which is sentient beings, I would say, are animals. A lot of times they can't communicate with us verbally, but they know how to do. They kind of are able to read our body language, and that's why we're so glued to them. Outside of cats don't care. But I'm saying dogs specifically, they seem to be able to interpret our body language and know when we're sad, know when we're happy, and things like that. And that's why we tend to be so. I mean, I like cats, but I am definitely a dog person. So they kind of, because I think dogs work for it. They really want that interaction, and they don't talk. They don't come in and go, I know you had a hard day today. Let's talk about it. They just kind of look and they
They
just kind of
listen.
go up and things like that. It made sense. Now tell me this, and I'm always saying, and women, of course, I truly believe this. I'm just saying it. I think women, of course, are smarter. Your hemispheres communicate more effectively. Your left and right hemispheres of your brain, and I think women have more of an innate sense when it comes to body language and nonverbal communication. But a lot of times they don't listen, like you said, to that gut feeling, and they go, "No, it can be this," and sometimes to their detriment. What can a person do to really kind of use this kind of superpower we're all born with, or start to hone this? Because as you said, when we get older we kind of lose it as we're taught the verbal language and we rely on the verbal language. What can we do to really kind of hone this superpower we have?
Yes, the best advice is to pay attention. Pay attention in the moment. So you are really fully present in the moment. And yes, David, animals are body language experts because they communicate with one another and humans non-verbally. And dogs have a special bond with human beings because they connect through eye gaze. They're looking at their alpha human for all social cues. And so they really pay attention through their eye gaze, and we bond with them. And oxytocin is released when we see our pet dogs eye gaze. Now, regarding who is better at body language, whoever practices body language, whoever's raising those babies. So if it's the female raising the babies, she might have 3 years of concentrated head start because she has to know every single nuance of the newborn and then the infant and then the toddler. And so if she's home with that baby, She knows every single nuance of that baby compared to the other partner who may be working to support the family outside of the home. So yes, women have the greater frequency across the divider of the two hemispheres, but whoever is raising the babies. So it could be the father. Nowadays women are making good money and out there working. So that is the key. When you have practice with the babies, then that translates into practice with adults and other people that you interact with.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So I have six phenomenal grandchildren, and as
Ah,
they were growing up, I remember my mom telling me, my aunt, we sometimes people go, they go, oh, would you? And mom was like, don't do that. Have him, David, use
don't
your
do
words. What do you want? And so that kind of language, of course, because we want our children to develop, because you have to develop, it's a competitive world. So, but how can you, as a parent, also nurture that innate ability of nonverbal communication while still helping them to develop their linguistic skills? How do you walk that line?
Well, as a parent or a grandparent or a teacher or an educator or caregiver, you can always invite the child to really pay attention, listen to your body. What are you noticing? So, as you're talking to the child, you're tapping in and inviting them to activate all of their senses. All of their senses. What do you see? What do you hear? How does that look to you? What are you smelling? What's the taste of that? Right? What does your gut or body say? And you mentioned animals are nonverbal experts, but also individuals who have gone through trauma, because their amygdala is always on high alert and scanning the environment for any nuance of danger or potential risk of harm. So you see, babies, animals, and anybody who's gone through trauma and post-traumatic stress syndrome, that amygdala is damaged and impaired. So they're locked in that trauma that they have a difficult time escaping. It takes them back to the trauma as if they were reliving it in the present moment. So my advice is be fully present whenever you're interacting with another person.
Wow. Okay. Okay. This is great. I see one of the people watching said, "This is so helpful. I would definitely want to understand my grandbabies." Absolutely. Absolutely. So now tell me this. Tell me this, Jeanette. And for our viewers watching all over the world, what is something that, and I don't do it anymore, but say people are going out, you're going to the club, what can you use when it comes to nonverbal communication to kind of know like what woman or what man to approach? How can they kind of decipher who may be more receptive to talking to them?
Well, women show approachability with smile, and guys, you just have to go out, go up and show your interest and invite that individual to chat with you. But when your body or when your toes are pointing in a direction of a person that you're interested in, that is a key indicator. David and I know that you look feet first. So if you're engaging and talking to an individual that you find interesting, but their toes are pointing to the exit, then, then they need to go and they're not fully focused on you. So take a clue and look at the toes, but don't be creepy about it. Look at the toes and do what you need to do to make sure you build that rapport or walk with them if they're going to get a beverage at the bar or going to another part of the club. You have to know your social clues and body language clues.
Wow. Wow. See, now that's some superpower stuff right there. So now
Toes,
also,
baby, toes.
now also tell me this, Jeanette. So they know how to approach you with the club. They know what to look for. Say they're going to a job interview. I was told that pretty much that job interview is pretty much decided in the first few minutes, even before the job interview is over, because of the nonverbal cues and things like that. We all know to make direct eye contact, firm handshake, as you said, have the toes pointed at the person asking you questions so they know they're engaged. Because I guess a lot of seasoned interviewers that are interviewing for jobs are looking for those nonverbal cues. What can a person who's being interviewed also do to make sure they are being reciprocated in kind and being somebody that's remembered by the interviewer?
Yes. My advice is before you get into the room with your decision makers, you want to ignite your personal power as you're waiting in the lobby. So you want to connect with the gatekeepers, connect with the lobby people, build rapport with them. And what I did when I was on channel 4, see my fingers? See my fingers?
Yes.
As I was sitting on the chair or the couch, I was doing my power steeple fingers on my side to really balance me, calm me down, and make me full of ease and confidence. So everybody, when you're feeling powerful, you extend your fingers and do a finger steeple on the seat, or like this. David, show me your power steeple.
Okay.
Yes. And then
Not the
this
Dr.
helps
Evil,
balance.
not the Dr. Evil, right? Like that's what we're
No,
talking about, like this.
all
Okay.
the fingers spread out. This helps balance you out, calm you down, and center your North Star so that you can go in and be your calm, confident self during the interview.
I like that. I wish I had known that many years ago, before I got into
Now
body
you
level
know.
communication. Because it's like, oh my God, it just winds up usually going to, please give me this job, please.
Now, you do not want to do this because this is pacifying and it shows discomfort. You want to do fingertips. And when you are meeting with anybody across the table, all right, if you are a male, you don't want to be full frontal, direct confrontation to the other person at the other side of the table. You want to be slightly off center, right? And you definitely want to clear all the space on the table so that there's no phone, no purse, no water, no anything between you and the other person, because that needs to be your sacred space. That needs to be your power space. Anything in between can be viewed as a barrier, and you don't want that. Remember when we go to weddings and the centerpiece is so beautiful, but it's so big that you can't even see the other person on the other side? Clear the space. And to show your personal power, if you can, you want to clear the space. So if there's water, right, or a pencil or a pad of paper, you're non-verbally showing that you're a leader, a confident leader, when you clear the space intentionally so the other person sees.
Wow. Okay. I remember from one of your other trainings because I got to be honest with you guys. Janette's the one that really got me interested in nonverbal communication. I remember reading something you taught about, you trained about a while ago, and it's called blocking. And one of the things is, I got my wife's purse here. When women will sometimes put a purse, like if you're a man, you sit here and they put their purse kind of right here. This is like a nonverbal blocking thing to kind of, you tell us about that.
Yes, any inanimate object like a purse or your lunch or your soft drink, right? Or your Coca-Cola can, if it's placed in between you and the other person, you need to invite that person up, walk and synchronize your walk with them to show nonverbal alignment, and then seat them back at a different table, or you're seated at a different table. So all those items are not in your way. Clear the space. Clear the space.
Wow. So just little things like that that people probably don't know that our subconscious is picking up. We're just talking, thinking there's a rapport, we're building everything. Meanwhile, there's that block that's right there that the subject is picking up like, nope, nope, nope. Just
Mhm.
wow, wow. So
And here's a relevant example. Introvert people, if they're sitting in the lunchroom and they have their lunch spread out all around them, they're telling you, do not sit near me because I want to eat alone. So introverts do that. You have to make sure that if you want to join somebody at the table, join them so that there's fewer items blocking you and the other person.
wow. Okay. Okay. Wow.
Make
So
make sense?
absolutely. So now tell us, okay, I know, and you're so humble, but if people want to get more training on this, where can they go to kind of get training from you on this?
Oh yeah. Connect with me on Instagram, Accurate Body Language, private message me, and I will, help you and make sure that I understand your needs so that I can serve you to the best ability. And check me out on LinkedIn. It's Janette Ghedotte or Accurate Body Language, and I'll definitely connect with you.
Wow. Just, Jeanette, thank you so much for taking the time out. I know your schedule is extremely busy, but I want to thank you so much. And can we spell it so people know? My producer's telling me accurate body language. And how do you spell that? Oh,
Oh yeah,
for the
accurate.
Instagram, it's
Yes, accurate because what your body conveys is accurate.
okay.
ACCURATE, and then body. Believe the body, baby. And then language. It's all right there on Instagram. And I give lots of tips and strategies, and also check me out on LinkedIn.
Excellent. Jeanette, thank you so much for taking this time with us. And you guys, you know how to reach her on Instagram and on LinkedIn if you want more training, more tools, and tips on how to make your life better tomorrow than it was today. Thank you so much, Jeanette, for taking the time with us. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, David Mega Watt Smile.
Bye bye.